What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we have some Pirate King Adventures level 100, and finally I've collected all of my turtles so I can, actually progress into the 100s and see if we can get some teams built. And I will say this is a pretty annoying event, honestly, and I know that a lot of people have already reached level 100, so there's probably plenty of teams already out there. This first team that you're seeing here will not last until level 150, but this is just a proof of concept that, hey, it beats level 100, and it's actually a pretty solid team. I mean, it's probably not the easiest team to build because it does have the Anniversary Luffy and Anniversary Sabo. Again, as I said, not a very accessible team, I would say, but if you have the applicable units, it does beat level 100. I'm not 100% sure in terms of what level past 100 it would clear, but it is a shame that it doesn't clear in those higher thresholds because this team is just really cool. It can actually beat it pretty fast, especially if you have some cooldown supports. You could probably get through it really quickly. And of course, Hiyori being a huge help as a crewmate here, generating those Wano slots for huge damage on that final stage, and also giving us the full board of Wano slots on stage 1 is pretty awesome. In this team though, you see we're using the friend captain Hiyori. We're using her to remove the attack down on stage 4, and by using her special ability post all the other specials on this team, it allows us to get the big attack boost on the final stage as well, the attack and orb boost on the final stage. I think it's a 2.75 attack and a 2.5 orb boost when we reach the final stage. And of course, by using Carrot as the captain, we can ignore all of the defensive effects, but I know that a lot of people have been not reading their characters correctly. The characters that bypass defensive effects do not count blue shield, by the way. So even though it goes through damage immunity, damage threshold, damage reduction, barriers, it will not go through blue shield, which is defense increase. It does not go through that at all. Luckily, Carrot with her special actually does reduce enemies' defense to 0 with her, I think it's level limit break special that does that. So that's a huge asset here. And by using Luffy on stage 3, we actually get the orb boost on all the different stages moving forward too, which is really good. And of course, Hiyori giving us the attack boost on the final stage as well. It is a bit of a shame that we cannot get the super type from Hiyori, but I digress. It actually works out pretty well, giving us big damage. And as I said, it's not going to beat level 150, but it beats a decent amount of the early 100 levels. Moving on to our secondary team here, and ever since this PK had come out, we did notice that there were no normal attacks only in this content. So the first thing that a lot of people went to is the strategy of utilizing version 1 Trafalgar Law and V2 Doflamingo. This combo has been a thing for a very long time, since V2 Dofi has ever come out. The only issue is that when they introduced normal attacks only, this combo basically kind of died, and basically every piece of content that comes out has normal attacks only. But for some reason, in this event, they decided not to put that in here, which makes things very interesting, as if you can do enough damage on stage 4, you can just totally wipe out Brook on the final stage with Doflamingo special, which is the craziest thing ever. Of course, that does require a lot of setup, and a lot of the teams that are enabling this strategy are, basically doing a lot of stall, and then by the time they reach stage 4, they launch a bunch of specials, and as long as they have enough HP, through the pain debuff that gets applied, depending if it gets applied or not. If you use a damage dealing special on stage 4, you get inflicted with the pain debuff. You need to have at least the capabilities of launching 2 specials on the final stage with Law, and then Doflamingo, and then you can go ahead and win. So for those of you who don't know why this strategy works the way it does, V2 Dofi has a very unique special. I think there's only 2 characters in the game that have this special. It's this Doflamingo, and there was a free-to-play treasure map ulti that came out either in this year or late last year. And this effect says that however much overkill damage that you did in the previous stage, multiply it by 2, and that's the amount of damage that it will do. I think with level limit break, I think the overkill damage has actually got a higher multiplier. I think it's like a 2.5 times multiplier. So basically, you know, if you do 100,000 damage over the enemy's HP level, so if they've got like 1,000,000 HP and you do hypothetically 1.5 million HP in terms of damage, that's 500,000 overkill. And then whatever overkill that is, you put that multiplier on top of it, and that's how much damage it does. And, you know, obviously with normal attacks only, this strategy wouldn't work. However, it's not present in this stage, so we can actually go ahead and abuse it. So the way that we're doing it here is we have Toki to give us a 3.5 times attack and all boost to Momonosuke, so he's going to be our big damage dealer. And we also have Rayleigh Gaban as the captain. The only reason for it is because their captain ability resists attack down, and they get rid of the special bind that occurs on stage 4, so they're just really, really nice for that stage. Their super swap also gives us a really good chain boost that stacks well with the Momonosuke chain boundary. So as we said, we have the Rayleigh Gaban for utility, we've got the Toki for the attack and all boost, and we also have this Nami. Now, this Nami is pretty key for this specific team, because it not only gives us a conditional boost against defense down characters, but it also removes 6 turns of enemies' Rainbow Shield. So I know that there are plenty of teams out there that are opting to use different strategies in order to apply this overkill damage. This is probably not the best team, however, this will actually last a pretty long time into the 100s, but I know that there have been people out there that have been able to build Doflamingo lore overkill teams that have been able to beat at level 150. So once I get closer to 150, I definitely want to showcase that to you guys, to showcase exactly how that all works. But this is just more of, again, a proof of concept that, hey, this is what I was able to come up with, and I was able to get the job done, which is super, super cool. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. The next PKA video that I have will be once I reach level 150, and we'll see how things progress at that point moving forward. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.